Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Farming Simulator 19. Because that's the one that's on Game Pass. And so it's the one I didn't have to pay for. Well, I mean, what am I doing wrong here? I mean, I'm paying for Game Pass, so there's that. So I looked up the Ridge Maker. And it is, in fact, a tool simply used to show you where to line up the tractor for the next pass. But you know what? We don't seem to be having an issue, and the ridge thing seemed to just kind of make it a little difficult to drive on afterwards. So I'm thinking it's not super necessary. In a little bit here, we are probably going to go back to... Oh my goodness. We're probably going to go back to hiring some workers. But in the meantime, I kind of want to get a proper feel for our potential growth. And if hiring workers is just like a huge impedance or just like a minor financial setback. Yeah, that's what I need to know. How much really do I save? I mean, so my costs today were... Oh, crap. My costs today were like $2,000. And I only had people in a little bit. Like, you know, I had, what? The one guy harvested the field. The next guy... So I had 3 jobs. 3 jobs on 3 small fields were done. A harvesting, a cultivating, and a sowing. But, I mean, I guess the other side of it, too, is like right now I'm doing this. And like, oh, my maintenance meter's going down. So how do I maintenance vehicles? That'll be something to look up. Right now I'm like missing the opportunity to be able to, I don't know, like fertilize stuff and whatnot. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to hire a worker to finish this. I feel like we did a bunch. We can be proud of that. Okay, so how does maintenance work on vehicles? Do I have to take them somewhere, or does the vehicle just, you know, just die once it's, like, what? Advanced knowledge. Probably not. It seems like a pretty basic thing to know. Production recap, no. Sugarcane, no. Making the money shop, buying equipment, customizing equipment. When bodies, they customize them later. Bring the vehicle to the marked area of the shop. Then interact with a symbol. The following items can be customized: vehicle, color, and design. Engine and wheel setup. The option to have the front loader attachment installed or not. Yada, yada, yada. Equipment lifespan. Over the time you deteriorate, need repair. Lose speed. Take the vehicle to the shop or to your vehicle workshop to pay for repairs. Is a vehicle workshop something that I can purchase? Is that one of the buildings? Miscellaneous. Vehicle workshop. Okay. In the long run, a vehicle workshop might be worth it, you know, if I have clusters of... Because, like... So... Okay. So this is what I own, I think. Yeah, it must be. Because, like I said, yeah, I don't own this little shack. But I do own whatever that is. I haven't really done a good job exploring my property. I need to do that. Because I guess that's the shop? Where, like... Oh, or just like the shop. Either way. Either way, when we're like, if we get into like buying this stuff, holy crap, some of these are big fields. Field 8? Holy moly. Then we're not going to want to be driving down here all the time, especially if if the vehicle's already in need of repairs. So in which case, like if we're, if we become like a farming monopoly and we own everything, then, like we might up here somewhere, like when we buy land, we might put a shop in like here if we can, if that's something we can do. Right? Because I own, like, how do I own, like, these are just fields that don't have farmhouses or anything around them. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Doesn't matter right now. Does not matter. Oh, we've got some growth. We have got some growth. Now, is it time to fertilize again? There's no weeds, which is good, because we need to get, like, a weeder or something when that happens. I'm going to try and, I should try to go at, like, the quarter mark, right? I should go, like, there. I'm going to try and fertilize this again. And we will see. See what happens. See if we can get it up to 100%. I'm going to line up for the next one here. And then I'm going to get out and check. It kind of looks to me like there's a difference in the color. 100%. 100% fertilized. Yeah, okay. So we just had to wait until maybe a second stage of growth. Had to both fertilizing actions had to happen in separate stages. And on to the next. Seems like a stupid job to hire a worker for. It's so quick. And, like, what would they charge me? Although, I guess they'd probably be more efficient. I don't know. And we'll bring this guy over here, because once this is all sown, the next thing that'll need to be done is fertilizing it. In fact, we can probably double action this bad boy. I'll fertilize this part while you're sowing down there. Yeah, this is productivity. This is the reason you hire someone. What? Why is only part of the field now fertilized? And he's got one last pass, so we'll just follow right behind him. See, he's not using the ridge maker. Which leads me to think that the ridge maker is just a big freaking lie. Okay, yeah, it is fertilized all the way down. It's just can't load. We may have to pick up more fertilizer before long. It's good to know that we can probably buy 2 or 3 bags. Like, this thing was only like 30% filled. Look at that. Look at that productivity. All right. You have completed your task. Thank you for coming. So, a thought that I had is that we could simply cultivate we could just simply cultivate that other field. You know, if we're holding out for some profit from the hay that we may not necessarily get for a while. Select the tool. Because I assume if we try to cultivate that, it will, oh, it's over here. If we try to cultivate it, I assume it'll just, you know, clear out the grass, the hay grass. Hay grass! And allow us to go about our business. You know, yes, we'll take a bit of a loss, but I think we're also taking a loss by not being able to plant anything right now. So let's see. Let's see if this works. Yeah. So, I mean, it's not ideal, but I think it's better than just having a field that's sitting there completely just, you know, underutilized. We can plant some more barley here. I think we kind of want to go full tilt on the barley. Although maybe we should be checking prices of things. Because that was a thing, right? We can check and see what crops are in demand. But how long are those prices good for? Like, am I gonna make a decision based on that, and then by the time everything actually grows, I'm like, everything's changed? I'm excited to be harvesting. And then I'm curious, we gotta look into land. I think we're probably years away at this point from getting more land. I do think I want to see if it's possible. Am I missing some here? No. I want to see if it's possible to, or feasible, if it makes sense for us to get into the forestry business. I mean, the downside to anything is that unless we buy a field that's super close, Like, is a field going to come with equipment? Are we, like, buying someone's farm and their farm stuff? Or am I going to have to get, is part of buying a field, buying new tractors and new cultivators? Or just, like, trying to share them among multiple farms? Which, for obvious reasons, will get old pretty quick. My guess is there, do we have like a brewery? Because that's who we want to sell the barley to, right? Hops and stuff like that. Let's hire a guy to finish this. Let's look at prices right now. What are people... okay, so barley, which I assume is that second one there, is actually the branch. It's down. It's down, but where's the ranch? The ranch was up here. I mean, if we can get a big enough truck full, then there are roads that we can take that make it really not that far. Like, really not any further than the store. Okay. Well, if the ranch is still interested in barley when the time comes, then that's where we'll take it. What are you... Ah. Because I left my cultivator out. Which costs you. Because they still... They still charge you. Is this big enough to park a cultivator under? I don't think so. I mean... Good enough? Yeah. If it rains. If it rains, that's covered. Okay. Okay. Is it time to fertilize again? No. And then how long is it going to take for, that's fertilize, is growing. We're kind of at a standstill. But it's a good place to be in. I mean, everything's either growing or being worked on. Fertilized. Some of it's not fertilized 100%. Some of the edges here. 50, 90, 95, 85, 52. But I think the majority... Oh, 99. I think the majority of it's pretty good. That's probably real life statistics too, you know. So what can we do as far as mowing grass here goes? Oh, cool. We can kind of, okay. Yeah, let's, hang on. Let's deal with some of our, let's look at some different filters here. So, I want everything off first. Okay, so, wheat. Oh yeah, that's a mess. And barley are the two. They grow barley over here. What is some of this stuff? Like, who's growing? I guess that's oats. There's a big cornfield here. Sugar beet. Sugar cane. No one. No one's growing sugarcane. But we haven't looked into it, but it sounds like maybe sugarcane is a complicated thing to grow. Cultivated, it's getting there. Harvested. Yeah, we kind of gypped the edge of the field here. Plowed, ready to harvest. I just want to go harvest other people's stuff. Can you do that? Can you be like a hired work? Fertilized. Oh, there's like yeah, we did like a miserable job on some of that. Okay, well, we'll know. We'll know moving forward. Grass. I want to know about grass. Is grass simply an aesthetic thing, or do we benefit from mowing the grass? Grass. Harvesting. Grass and hay. Grass is cut with a mower, which is usually attached to a tractor. Use a tedder to turn the cut grass around so it can be dry into hay. It looks like, okay. Collecting grass. To make grass, hay, or straw collecting easier, it is recommended to arrange it into rows using a windrower. Grass can be collected with a loading wagon or made into grass bales using a baler. Fed your animals, sold at the selling point, made into silage by putting cut grass in a clamp silo, wrapping it in a bale. Hay can be fed your animals, sold at the selling point. So you can sell just grass, but I guess maybe grass is hay makes more money than grass. And straw is the stuff from the thing. Right. And animals don't eat straw, they eat hay. Okay, silage. To turn chaff or grass into silage, you need to dump it into a bunker silo at the biogas plant or in one of your own silos. Compact the heap by driving over it. The silo must be at least 10% full. Cover the silo and start the fermenting process. When the fermentation is finished, uncover the silo. Afterwards, you can cover the silo and start fermenting process. But what is silage? You can also directly make silage. What is silage? Cows will eat silage. And so then, like, I assume we can probably sell it too. Okay. So maybe it makes sense. And how do we just the grass? What? How do we collect grass? Recommend arrange it into rows by using a grass can be collected with a loading wagon. Okay. So if I wanted to get into the business of cutting and collecting grass, I would need a loading wagon. I would need a mower and a loading wagon. Holy shoot. Okay. There you go. You can change the tires. I don't know why. Mowing. A mower's not so bad. But again, maybe like what's the point right now? Oh, that's the big mama. What's the difference between these? I don't know what I don't know what the little block, the -7. What does that mean? Can someone tell me that? Probably under purchasing vehicles and stuff. Shop, buying equipment. Show me what all the symbols mean, my good sir. Working icons. Right, except for the icon that I want to know. Compatibility shows compatibility with vehicles and tools. Nope. Okay, well, I guess that symbol means nothing. I don't see that symbol anywhere. Nope, okay. Doesn't mean anything. Actually means nothing. Okay, this field is ready to go. Ready to put seeds into it. Ready to grow some stuff. So is this whole edge of the field kind of effed? Yeah, it is. Totally is. Okay. Well, that's I blame the hired help. That is a very rigid flag. It doesn't seem that windy. So we are going to... well, the next step is going to be fertilizing. So I'm going to use this tractor. Because once this is planted, I will have to fertilize it. So I might as well have two tractors that do the same thing. Or that, like, two, you know what I mean. Please don't break the joint. I guess I could have lowered it before detaching it. Why am I struggling here? Shoot. So we only looked at the price of barley, but what is there? Was there something else that was like, but this is what people actually want? And I'm guessing it maybe matters that, like, other people are farming it. Right? Like, okay, so cotton right now is a big deal, but I probably need stuff to make the cotton. Oat? Oh, it's canola. Okay. Do I need anything fancy for harvesting canola? Harvesting the crops and... I don't think so, right? Canola is just canola. It's not a root. And it's not... yeah, it's fine. I think it's fine. So, let's plant some canola. Lower the sower. And then sow the sower. Again, we didn't do the best job. With our cultivation. But that's okay. I'm just going to do this myself until the other field is ready for fertilizing again. And then I'll go do that. but I might as well keep myself busy. Birds? Do you think those birds are, is that an issue? Do I need a scarecrow? Like, are they eating my seeds? I hope not. So what is canola? Like, I know canola oil. But like, what else? What is a real world use for canola? You know, like, is it, canola goes into a lot of some things. Children's gummy snacks, are those full of canola? Like, and is canola good? Or is canola one of those crops that, it's like, well, we make a lot of money on the canola, but we know it's not really good for anybody, but it's good for business. That's about all we care about down here on the farm. Just making some green, Yoo-hoo. That's not actually how they... Well, I mean, there's, I can't guarantee they don't talk like that on some farm. But not any farms that I've ever been to. Aside from knowing necessarily how to set up all of the equipment, I must say, there's a part of me that feels like I could just go spend an afternoon working on a farm now, and I would kind of like, they'd be like, oh, today's a cultivating day. And I'd be like, oh, yeah, okay. You want me to hire a worker? And they'd be like, what? You are the hired worker. And I'd be like, well, no, I know, but I mean, like, I'll do half the field, and then there'll be something else to do, so we'll just, I'll hire a worker. And they'll be like, who are you? I'd be like, well, no, like, it's fine. I played the game. I know how it works. And they'd be like, no, you gotta get out of here, man. That is not the way this farm works. And I'd be like, fine. But have you ever played Farm Simulator? I'd be like, no. No, have you ever done a hard day's work in your life? And I'll be like, well, seems subjective. And then they'll laugh me out of the room. Years ago, okay, so listen, I had this idea years ago. So if you don't know me, which most of you don't, I have tattoos and piercings. I wear skin-tight skinny jeans, leather jackets. I'm not Mennonite. But I had this idea that I thought it would be so interesting and so enlightening, potentially, or, like whatever, it'd be educational for me to go, like I just wanted to go and live with Mennonites for a week. Do what they do, get up when they get up, work the way they work, wear, most importantly, wear the clothing that they wear, play the games they play, whatever. And I get, it would be tough. Absolutely. Hands down. But I also just think, something about it would be like, you would appreciate how tough it was. And you would have these really cool Mennonite clothes as a keepsake. And, I think you would gain an appreciation for, like, how hustle and bustle and oversaturated with crap our actual lives are. You'd be like, wow, like, they don't care about any of that. They haven't seen the latest Star Wars movie. And they don't care. They don't even know what Star Wars is. Although a lot of it's changing now, and it's hard to, like, you know, because you see Mennonites or Amish, depending on, you know, what region you're in. And some of them, they got, like, what happened here? Some of them have got, like, cell phones and stuff. You know? So, and I don't know, like, I know maybe the teenagers don't. But, like, the head of the Mennonite household, in many cases, a lot of them drive, like, you know, black minivans and stuff. And they have cell phones. Because I know, I have friends who live on farms, and I know, who aren't, like, not Mennonites, but, you know, I know that it's if you live near Mennonites, it's kind of it's a normal thing that maybe the Mennonite might be coming to use your phone, or was a thing. They would come to use your phone because they had finished whatever woodworking project they were doing, and they needed to let so-and-so know that, you know, it was done and it was time to come pick it up. But, you know, didn't have a phone. And that was kind of like, you know, it made me think, what do you mean Helper H? What was Helper H doing? Just Helper H just completed their task. Did I have someone doing something? You know, I just kind of felt like, so you're not avoiding the technology, you just don't want to have it for yourself. But you're conceding to the fact that it's still important, and you got to use it. I don't know. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. We just planted a bunch of canola. Next time, we're going to fertilize it. And then hopefully not long after, our big Field 19 here will be ready to be fertilized. And then we're going to, before too long, we're going to do some harvesting. And that'll be good because we need some money. We need to expand our operation. I mean, it's a nice operation. I guess we never went and looked at. I think these are all just decorative. Like, they don't do anything. Or do I have a, what the hell is this? Am I running a motel? What a shitty motel. Do I have one of those vehicle workshop things? I don't think so. Unless that's what this is. No. I don't think I have one. They started me off with a lot of nice stuff, but they didn't start. I wish, like, that's a detail that's missing this game. I want to go in these buildings. I want to know what's in them. Also, maybe we'll go over and check this stuff out next time. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Please do all three. And until such a time of the next, goodbye.